What in the world is Bitcoin? It seems that everybody has an opinion. The financial dinosaurs and old world institutions on Wall Street despise Bitcoin, with the grandpa of American investing, Warren Buffett, famously calling it rat poison squared.
I didn't even know you could square poison.
Oh yeah, I square poison all the time. You see, what you do, is you grab the poison and then you square it, like so. Others have called Bitcoin a fraud or a scam, somewhat like a Ponzi scheme, especially since in its early days, Bitcoin was used on the dark web for criminal activity. This bruised its reputation, causing some people to forever write it off. That's why I would never use Bitcoin, and I only use cash. It's a well-known fact that no one has ever used cash for illegal purposes, only for Bibles and for Jesus. So what is Bitcoin? Well, in this video, we'll discuss just that. Let's start with the basics. Despite the name and despite those cool gold-looking coins that you see online, Bitcoin isn't actually a coin. It's a digital unit of exchange or even a store of value, but it doesn't have any physical property, so you can't actually handle it and you can't see it. That means I'm an invisible millionaire. No, invisible billionaire. If you want to send Bitcoin to another person, you'll need a digital wallet to do so, but more about that in a future video. So where exactly did Bitcoin come from and what's the purpose of it? Well, it is a fascinating story and we could dedicate an entire series just to that question. But here are a few things to keep in mind. To begin with, we have to recognize that Bitcoin emerged from the embers of the Great Recession. This is when, in the years between 2007 and 2009, the U.S. housing market collapsed and banks were lending money to potential house hunters like it was going out of style.
Yo, banker dude, I want to buy that house over there for $5 million.
Well, do you have a steady job and can you give 20% as down payment?
No, man, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. I live in my parents' basement, all right?
No money? No problem. Just sign right here. As for the creator of Bitcoin, this is the stuff of legends because we simply don't know who created it. The name given is Satoshi Nakamoto, but that's a pseudonym for a person or maybe even a group of people. At any rate, in 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto published his famous white paper on Bitcoin, which outlined his philosophy. We don't have to analyze this document, but there's no doubt that Nakamoto had done his homework, and it shows this dude was banging smart. First, especially in light of the failure of so many financial institutions in 2008 and 2009, Bitcoin was designed to be decentralized digital currency so that no one person or no one institution could control it. Instead, financial transactions would be verified and recorded by only one computer in the world at a time, randomly selected, which information would then be made visible to all others who wanted to see it. These blocks can't be changed or manipulated, thereby eliminating the need to trust a third party. Now, not having to rely on others meant that Bitcoin could be sent directly from one person to another without having to first go through some financial middleman, which Nakamoto's white paper called a peer-to-peer network. Bitcoin is created through a process called mining. Miners use very sophisticated computers, competing with countless others to generate extremely complex calculations in the hope that their computer will be selected to validate and secure the next block of transactions on the digital blockchain. This process takes place about every 10 minutes, and miners are rewarded for their work by receiving Bitcoin as payment. And in case you're wondering, the amount of Bitcoin that they earn is reduced by half about every 4 years. Hey, what about me? I mine hard too. Finally, unlike other cryptos such as Ethereum, there is a fixed supply of Bitcoin. In short, only 21 million coins can be mined. That's it, no more. But don't worry, that's not going to take place for another century, probably around the year 2140. You see, in the beginning, when Satoshi Nakamoto created the blockchains in the Bitcoin, he designed an algorithm that determined how many coins could be generated and at what rate. And because he knew that we can't trust others, his source code simply doesn't allow hackers to create more coins. The blockchain simply won't recognize and confirm anymore. So the number is set. In summary, here are our major takeaways about Bitcoin. We don't know who created Bitcoin. Bitcoin assumes we live in a trustless society. Bitcoin is created, stored, and transmitted through unchangeable blockchains. Bitcoin is decentralized, so no government or institution can control it. Anyone in the world can see Bitcoin's public and transparent ledger. You can use Bitcoin as a store of value or as a currency to make purchases. Bitcoin lowers transaction fees when sent from person to person, and it's also faster. There's a fixed supply of Bitcoin with only 21 million coins possible to be created. And most important, it's pretty cool to buy stuff with invisible money.
Dude, I already told you, my money is right here. Just take it.
So there you have it, my friends. That is Bitcoin 101. If you enjoyed this video on Bitcoin, please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video in the series, Crypto Apocalypse.